Today, I'm going to talk to you about the one invisible thread that connects the food on your plate to the money in your account and everything in between. Welcome to Rooted and Rising, where we focus on becoming whole through the mind, body, and spirit together. My name is Lamisa. I want you to think about the last time you said, I'll start eating better on Monday. Now, I want you to think about the last time you said, I'll start saving money when things calm down. Here's what nobody tells you about discipline. It's not a character trait, it's a skill. Like any skill, it gets sharper or it gets rusty, depending on how you practice it. We've been sold this idea that some people are just wired for discipline and others are not. But researchers at Stanford have found that willpower isn't an unlimited resource. It depletes throughout the day. Every decision you make draws from the same well. That decision you make at breakfast affects the decision you make at lunch. They show up in your 3 p.m. spending habits, your evening scrolling, or your impulsive online checkout cart. This is your nervous system. Your body doesn't separate health decisions from money decisions. It just sees, am I in control or am I reacting? So this is the reason we spike, crash, or overspend. Are you still celebrating Mother's Day with breakfast in bed? How would you feel about adding to your tradition? Blings and Things is a Mother's Day celebration event for you and your children. On May 9th from 11 to 2, we'll have live music and dancing, mommy and me photos, bingo, spoken word, a raffle, treats and refreshment, and more so you could have some quality time with your kids and other moms. Tickets for you and your children to Bling and Things at Rancho 181 are available now. Click the link to grab your tickets while you can. They're only on sale till May 3rd. When you eat a meal high in refined sugar or processed carbs, your blood sugar spikes, you feel a rush, and then about 90 minutes later you crash. And in that crash, your brain is in a stress state. Cortisol rises. The part of your brain that handles long-term thinking, impulse control, and rational decision making goes quiet. And your limbic system, the part that just wants relief, gets louder. So you reach for something, a snack, a purchase, because your brain is chemically asking for a shortcut back to baseline. The state of your body creates the condition for your choices. And most of us has never connected those two things. We can't talk about food or money without talking about feelings. I didn't grow up in a household where food was neutral. Food was love. Food was community. In some households, food was scarcity. But we've all experienced food as reward, punishment, celebration, and our comfort. By the time we're adults, our relationship with food is loaded with meaning we didn't consciously choose. Same with money, same exact dynamics. People who grew up in financially unstable homes often develop one of two patterns, excess or hemorrhaging. Either they grip money so tightly it becomes anxiety, or they spend it the moment they get it because some part of them doesn't believe it's safe to hold on to. And food is the same, restriction or overconsumption. The soul doesn't distinguish between the two hungers. This is where the real work begins, not at the grocery store, not on the budgeting app, but in asking, what am I actually hungry for? Because when you start healing your relationship with food, learning to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full, something shifts in how you relate to money too. You stop reacting and you start choosing. So here's what I want you to walk away with from part 1. Discipline is not a punishment. It's not forcing your way through a salad. It's building a relationship with yourself, your hunger, your energy, your choices. That is rooted in the trust instead of fear. And when you build that with food, your brain literally learns a new pattern, a pattern of I see what I want, I consider it, I choose intentionally. The path doesn't stay at the dinner table. It follows you to your debit card, to your negotiating table, to every corner of your financial life. If this conversation is landing for you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And I'll see you in part two, where we talk about brain patterns and finances. And we'll see you next time on Rooted and Rising.